Hey guys, it's nice talking to you again. So, last night was pretty interesting. I had a very peculiar dream. Now, don't get any dirty thoughts, it's not that type of dream. You see, most of my dreams are linear, they tell a story. Or maybe I live for someone else's experience. Normally a parody of myself or an alternate version of myself if you believe in that sort of thing, astral possession and such. However, this dream was very interesting. As you can read from the title, I believe I dreamt of being a sleep paralysis demon, or maybe I was a sleep paralysis demon. What are shadow people? We all been asking that question since the beginning of time. Are they aliens? Are they spirits? Are they ghosts? Or are they demons? Well, today, this might possibly answer the question. So, as for the story itself, I was having trouble falling asleep, being that today was the first day of school after a long winter break. By the time it was 12:30, I'd slowly but surely began to fall asleep. At first, it was the hour of darkness within one's mind before your head falls into the realm of sleep that allows you to dream. When I awoke from that sleep, from the darkness, I was entered into more darkness. It was warm, humid, and I was left at the back of the room. The room was warm, it was hot, humid, and on the opposite end of the room was a dark space. I heard heavy breathing coming from that space, and as my eyes adjusted to the darkness, there it was. Just, I was drawn to it. I didn't know what it was at first, but I came closer and closer and closer. When I finally got to the space, my eyes had fully adjusted to the darkness. I could see very clearly now. It was a young boy, a man even. You can never really tell the difference. He was wearing no shirt, and he was simply in his boxers. It was a hot summer night, although it's winter over here and nearly 30 degrees. It was one of those hot summer nights where you can't help but sprawl out, trying your best to avoid the heat, and to try to get yourself as cool as possible, shedding most of your pajamas in hopes that the sun god spares you tonight. If it's a radiant heat still touching you beyond in the night. I creeped onto the bed and slowly climbed on top of it. The young man began to shift and shake. He did what most people do when they have sleep paralysis. He just shaked his head slightly. He breathed harshly, but his body refused to move. He stared into my eyes, though I did not know it at first. My form must have been different than what it is currently now. I walked up, and I climbed on top of his chest. I laid my feet on top of him until I was sitting on my knees on his chest. His breathing became very harsh now. He was slowly suffocating underneath the weight of my body. As I lay on top of him, I looked at his face and then down to his neck. I felt my arms slowly clinging towards his neck, grasping for his throat. My fingers were pure darkness. Not to clarify things very carefully, it wasn't a sexual dream despite the kinky nature of it. There was a sense of dread in the air. You can tell the person was not enjoying it, and neither was I. Lust was not the emotion the body I was in was feeling. It was rage, lust for blood. This body kept on begging me to strangle him, but I was in partial control. I told myself, this is wrong, this is strange. I cannot do this. I cannot hurt this person. I'm a good person, right? And so I waited. It felt like a very long time, 15 minutes of just staring at this person. The whole dream itself felt like it took in the place of 2 hours. The light in the room shifted from shades to shades as I felt the night grow slowly, laying dormant, knowing that it was going from the cold night to a bright, sunny day soon. And just before that day came, I heard my alarm clock. I felt the weight of myself lift off the person, and I awoke in my own bed. The 4 o'clock a.m. alarm came on, and for some reason, despite having trouble waking up before the before 10 a.m., 10:30 a.m. for the past few days, and waking up around 3 p.m. for the most part during the entire winter break, I felt so energized and ready for school, despite it being 4 a.m. It was great. I had never had so much energy. I spent the morning sewing socks. I almost felt it was a dream because how relaxed and comfortable I felt. Almost as if I stole the energy of whoever I had visited that night.